Hi, my name is Sarah Rankin, and I am your professor for this session of Psych 235, Personality Psychology. I'm excited to welcome you to one of my very favorite classes to teach. I love this class because not only do I learn more about myself every semester, but I get the joy of witnessing students learn more, not just about personality psychology, but about themselves. So if you've gotten on and looked around Blackboard, you might be a little bit overwhelmed when you look at the list of assignments. But remember, this is an 8-week class, which means we're doing 2 weeks of a traditional semester's work in every week. I know that it looks overwhelming when you see the long list of assignments, but I can promise you this is definitely doable. These different things over on the side that have the funny little acronyms, the OJ stands for online journals, the OPA stands for online personality assessments, are nothing more than really a good paragraph a piece. They're very, like I said, very, very, very doable. And a lot of them, I think most of them, are a lot of fun because you're talking about yourself and you're learning more about yourself. Again, if you've taken a look around Blackboard, you might have a sense of how I set things up. And if you've had class with me before, you probably have a really good idea of how I set things up. I organize everything by units, and every week you'll get a weekly to-do list. That will pop up for that particular week, and everything, notice I said most because we do have a holiday this particular session, most assignments, those online journals, OJs, and online personality assessments, OPAs, are due on Fridays. So you'll get that to-do list, you'll have the week to work on it, with everything being due by 11:59 p.m. on Friday nights. Now, that deadline is sort of what we call a soft deadline. I will accept any work from that particular unit that we're working on up until the time the exam closes. And all the exams will close on Sundays. Every unit is 2 weeks long. So you'll get your first to-do list. You have your first to-do list. You'll have till Friday to get those assignments in. But again, if you don't get them in by that deadline, you have that grace period of the following week. And once that exam closes, all missing assignments from a particular unit will turn into zeros. Now, I want you to meet those Friday deadlines. The course is designed with that in mind. And the pacing of the course is designed to keep you from having a ton to do while you're supposed to be taking an exam. So I incentivize you meeting those Friday night deadlines with extra credit. So on Saturday mornings, I'll get up, I'll have my class roster, and I'll look through who has met, who has turned in those assignments on time. If you turn all your assignments in on time in a unit, you get 10 points extra credit for that unit, which ends up being 40 points for the semester, which ends up making a big difference, especially if your grade is a borderline grade. Like I said before, that unit exam is your official deadline for all online work. The exam will always open at 12:01 a.m. on Fridays when we have the exams, and we'll close by 11:59 p.m. on Sundays. I know summer weekends aren't your favorite time to work, which is why I have them opening. So if you wanted to get them done on Fridays, feel free. You may have noticed on the syllabus, we only have 3 exams. We have an exam for Unit 1, an exam for Unit 2, and an exam for Unit 3. Unit 4, you'll just be working on your paper. We'll talk about some alternative models of personality theory that really fall outside of traditional psychology, and you'll have that paper to turn in essentially as evidence of your work in Unit 4. Unit 1 and Unit 2 will both be online exams delivered using Respondus Lockdown Browser. If you're unfamiliar with Respondus Lockdown Browser, be sure to take a look. I have some links posted about how you need to download that. If you're good with Lockdown Browser, you know what you're in for. Unit 3, however, is an open book test. And to say open book is kind of an exaggeration because really it's going to be more open note. I do Unit 3 as an overview of really the history of personality psychology, diving into the psychodynamic theories. And you only have one chapter in the book that covers those, chapter 6. So I bring in a lot of outside materials, and really your PowerPoint notes are going to be your best bet for that. As I said before, you'll just have one paper. You'll have lots of little writing assignments, but just one paper for the semester. In terms of materials, you are required to have access to Revel. Revel is, if you go to the bookstore, they give you an access card or an access code if you ordered it online. You can also order it directly from Revel. You won't be able to use financial aid, but it will save you some money, about $30 if you just order it directly. $30 less expensive than the bookstore if you order it directly from Revel, but you'd have to use a credit card to do that. This is your book. It's an online book. I think there might be an option when you initially sign in. If you want a paperback copy of the book for an additional fee, they'll send it to you. But you've got your ebook. It's easy to navigate. You're going to have everything you need there. The other reason why Revel is required, not just for the textbook, is that there are personality assessments contained in Revel that we don't have access to anywhere else. There might be free versions out there, but they're not good. They're not reliable and valid as these are. And so you need to have Revel in order to be able to complete many, if not most, of your online personality assessments. The last thing I want to discuss is the use of AI. I hope that I've designed assignments in such a way that it would be really hard for you to use AI. But generally, you're not going to get anything from this class if you use it. You're not going to learn about yourself. You're not going to explore your own feelings. I want to tell you a story. I was at my friend's house 2 weeks ago. Their daughter was home from college. She's going to be a senior. She's a history major. She's taking an online class titled The American Civil War. She sat there with her computer open and said, "Oh, our first assignment is a discussion board. All I have to do is answer this prompt. Why am I taking this class?" So I can chat GPT it. Lots of bad words went through my head. But even more than that, how sad is it that she herself can't articulate why she's taking a class? It's the Civil War, for goodness sakes, because I'm interested in it. You don't need ChatGPT to tell you your thoughts. I want your thoughts. I want to hear your voice. When I say give me a specific example from your life, ChatGPT can't do that because it doesn't know you. I will tolerate typos. I will tolerate grammar mistakes as long as I know you are doing it yourself. There is no reason why you can't answer the prompts that I give you for the online journals or the online personality assessments yourself. So, don't even think about it. It's not going to work. Last but not least, please, 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 please do not hesitate to email me or message me through Blackboard. You can email me, using my lc.edu address. There it is, srankin@lc.edu. You can also message me through Blackboard. I accept both. A little note that typically I can respond faster to an email than to the Blackboard because I have to sign into Blackboard to respond. But also I'm more than happy to set up in-person meetings, to set up Zoom conferences, whatever you need. My job is to be here to help you, and I don't know if you're struggling unless you tell me. Have a great semester. I'll make these little videos now and then to show you things, and otherwise, you've got this.